What's going on, guys? Godlike Matt, and today we're going to be talking about Maul. Maul is a playable character in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and after the 3 early days I've had to play the game before the people who didn't buy the deluxe edition, I've noticed a few things. One of them being, this character is fucking busted. He's so good, it's not even funny. Majority of my time with this game has been spent playing the Heroes vs. Villains game type, because for me personally it's the most fun and it actually contains a surprising amount of depth. From team composition to strategy to actual skill to teamwork and communication, this mode's got it all, and it's fun as fuck because of it. That being said, with all competitive online games, they always contain a tier list depicting what's broken and what's garbage. That being said, I find that Maul is easily the best character on the villain side, along with his counterpart being Rey for the heroes. I'll probably make another video focusing on her, but for now, let's get back to Maul. Like almost every top tier character in any game, Maul has the privilege of being not only the best, but quite possibly the most fun character to play. He's insanely mobile, being capable of traversing any map within seconds. He's also terrifying at not only close range, but mid to long range as well. Seriously, if Maul wants to chase you, you are not getting away. His kit is perfectly designed to get in and out of any fight at will, and this is exactly what makes him so powerful. His spin attack is amazing for chasing people down or running away if he needs to get out of a sticky situation. His furious throw can be a great defensive tool, whittling down your enemies as they pursue you, or to get that last bit of damage you need to finish off that slippery target. Lastly, we have the chokehold. It's honestly the perfect middle ground between a great defensive attack as well as offensive. It's also great at tearing through your enemy's defense and creating an opening for your now vulnerable opponents. And notice the theme here. All 3 of his abilities have this trait. They can all be used both defensively or offensively, and that's what makes Maul so strong. Another unique part of his kit is that Maul lacks a block button. Most of the lightsaber users can deflect incoming bullets or block melee strikes, but Maul doesn't have this ability. Instead, his guard was replaced with this very quick strafe ability, and it honestly makes this already slippery character near uncatchable. This combined with the spin attack means you can evade any and all danger with the greatest of ease, while simultaneously and relentlessly chasing down your prey. During combat, the best Maul players will literally always have their abilities on cooldown, which I'm sure you've noticed in this footage. My abilities are constantly and always being used when there's enemies around, and that's the best way to play Maul. You don't want to give your enemies time to think, or do anything for that matter. Then and only then you become a killing machine. Maul is amazingly frustrating to fight against. For this reason, I see him being nerfed in future patches to the game, with the most likely outcome being to make his abilities have a longer cooldown. He can spam them all too quickly and too often, and therein lies the problem. But for now, Maul is an absolute beast, as well as a ton of fun, and I recommend getting your time in with him before they nerf him to the ground. Lastly, another interesting tidbit is that in these games I've been playing, nobody really has any star cards yet for their heroes, so we were all for the most part playing with the base characters and no amplifiers, with the exception of Rey and Kylo Ren thanks to the deluxe edition. However, I am curious as to whether or not certain characters will become top tier depending on certain star card setups and combinations. It opens a world of possibilities, but until then we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, I'm pretty sure Maul is king and will be sitting on his throne for a little while. Now, I recognize I'm not the greatest player in the world, and I make some mistakes here, some pretty silly ones too that you're going to see if you haven't already. And I'm like most people in that sense, with human error, but I would consider this to be high-level play on my part, and I've gathered this footage for you guys of one of my really good matches. I thought this one went really well, just to showcase how scary Maul can be. And I gotta say, it's endlessly entertaining chasing down the target while constantly evading death and furthering your advancement to winning the match. It's so satisfying, and it's honestly the most fun thing about Maul, in my opinion. It didn't take me long to see how busted he was. Hell, all 3 days of the early access that I was playing, I was with a party with a couple friends, and whenever they picked Maul as well, they would always come in first too. Then I realized that there was a pattern. It was clear to see that it was not only my opinion about Maul that was right, but that my friends are also proving it statistically. I noticed when there's a Maul or a Rey on either team, and the player knows what they're doing, they always come in first. And right now, they're just dominating heroes versus villains mode. What I do find nice about all the heroes and villains, however, is that each character feels OP in their own way. They all have something really strong in their kit. Sure, when I'm Maul zipping around the room, killing everyone and making them all look like monkeys, all it takes is one shock grenade from Chewbacca or Lando to render me completely useless. And more often than not, dead. And that's where the team synergy comes into play, and that's why I love this mode so much. It's also very exciting knowing that it's only going to get better, with not only more maps, but more heroes being included. It's already confirmed that we're getting Finn and Captain Phasma from Episode 7. They were actually in one of the trailers before the game's release, they just weren't in the completed product for some reason. And we also know that we're going to be getting Jyn Erso and Admiral Krennic from Rogue One. But what you guys may not know, I don't know if you guys heard, but it's pretty much also confirmed, the devs talked about this, that they had Obi-Wan in development, Anakin, Padme, Jango Fett, General Grievous, and Count Dooku, all in development. They were working on them, they just couldn't get them finished before their, release date came around the corner, so we know we're getting them sometime in the near future as well, so that's really cool, and the inclusion of all those heroes is just going to make this mode so much richer in content and so much deeper in terms of the synergy and the team comps and everything. It's going to be so great. The devs actually talked a lot about this on Reddit, and also they even showed interest in introducing Ahsoka Tano or Rex from Clone Wars, so there's a good chance this game is just going to be so huge on that scale with such a large roster, and it's only going to get better from here. They only have to go up, and they've showed so much passion and care into the making of this game, and they give so much of a shit about the feedback it's getting, and people are hating this game right now a little too much, and they even went out of their way to disable microtransactions. They're not in the game anymore. They had it on release, and well, for the deluxe edition anyway. The standard edition hasn't dropped yet. Actually, it dropped today as I'm recording this. But yeah, they disabled them, I think yesterday, and now you can't even buy loot crates with real money anymore. So it's cool because they're really seeing the feedback, and they're actually taking drastic steps to allow people to actually see the greatness in this game. And that won so much of my respect when I heard that they did that, because you got to think about it. Developers these days, all they care about is money. That is all they do. They will whore out on DLC, microtransactions, this and that, and not to mention pre-launch DLC announcements, just pissing everybody off with shit that should have been in the game from the get-go. Season passes, all this stupid shit. This team behind Battlefront, they recognize that, and the fact that they've actually stopped a venue of making money because of fan feedback, that speaks 1,000 words to me. That is leaps and bounds. They're literally going out of their way to make people like this game. Not a lot of big game devs do that, and that is so rare to see these days, and that is too cool. I have so much respect for the team behind this game. That is too fucking awesome. But anyways, guys, so that's going to be it for the gameplay footage and for everything that I wanted to talk about. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to do more breakdown videos like this, possibly for other characters, and more content in general of Battlefront 2, whether it be the multiplayer or the campaign or whatever it is, whatever I choose to do. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a subscribe and a like. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. And stick around because there's only more of this to come. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will definitely see you in the next one. So take care, guys. Have a good one.